How are we doing today? The fly we're going to tie today is called a Charlie Special. This is absolutely one of the best dry flies that you can fish with. If this doesn't become one of your favorites, there's only one reason that you're just not taking it out of your box. It's easy to tie, so that's a good thing. I tie it in a few different colors, in yellow, red, orange. Use your imagination. You can use a lot of colors for it. I tie it in size 14 through size 6. So let's get started and we'll look at the materials. So we've got elk hair. This particular elk hair is a shorter type elk hair. This is off of a bull elk. Use the lighter shade is better. White calf tail. This is the tools right here that we're going to be using. The hook is a 2X or 3X long hook. Doesn't really matter if it's light wire or heavy wire. There's not a lot of flotation issues with this particular fly. This is golden pheasant tippet, and we're going to use that for the tail of the fly. This is Whiting Farms saddle hackle, and this product right here is called polypropylene yarn. This is a very good product. This is how I buy it. You can buy this product online, and it's considerably cheaper. You could also dub that, or you could use red on Antron. Really doesn't matter. So let's get started. Oh, and in particular, this thread, and if I ever forget to say something about the thread, I almost exclusively use 6/0 thread. This is a Danville product, but Unithread is good as well. But I primarily use 6/0. So the bigger the number, the smaller the size. So a nice white background is a good thing to start with. It reduces eye fatigue and lets you concentrate a lot better, and obviously good lighting. So let's put the hook in the vise. I grabbed the wrong hook there. So we're going to put the hook in the vise. This is a size 12, 2X long. Notice that when I put the hook in the vise, that I don't extend out the point of the hook a long ways in this direction. That way I won't cut my thread. Okay, we're going to take this 6/0 black thread. We're going to start it right here behind the eye. Notice I'm holding on to this tag here. I'm keeping it nice and tight. And I'm putting these wraps on here tight. I'm going to try and slow these down for you so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Just about like that. Okay. Get rid of that little tag. Then we're going to take one of these golden pheasant tippets. Just break those out of there. They're just hooked onto the necks. Get rid of the feathers on it that don't have color. Just like that. Okay. And then grab about, I don't know, 6 to 8. Doesn't really matter. Not a critical thing. Pull that off the side of the feather just like that. Let your fingers kind of be the guide. That's about the length that we want for the tail. So I'm just going to let my fingers be the guide right there. I'm going to cut this little tag off just a little bit right here. And I'm going to start this not at the back of the fly so I get a bulge here. I'm going to start it up here at the front of the fly. And everything is going to be tied on right there so that I get a nice uniform body. Then I'm going to bring that back. I'm holding on to that tip of that all the time. Just like that. Good. Okay. Then we're going to take our polypropylene yarn. Same thing. We're going to bring the thread back up to the tie-on point of the tail. That off so we don't have any wild parts. And we're going to start that right there. Now, I'm going to hold that fairly tight. I'm going to bring these wraps back. Just like that. I'm going to stop it right where the tail begins. Good enough. Now we're going to go to the hackle. Now I'm just going to pull a little of that off so I have a tag. I'm going to set that tag right on top of that. Again, nice tight wraps right here. I'm going to wrap that forward just like that. Notice how much space I'm leaving here at the head. So we don't want to crowd the head. Now we're going to wrap that polypropylene yarn around there. Just nice tight wraps. Just like that. Don't leave any gaps. It's basically just a pitch and catch. My right hand's doing all the work. My left hand is just catching it under the hook. Okay, I'm going to go around that with a few loose turns, just like that. Good. tight ones to secure it in. Then we're going to wrap that hackle forward. Okay, the same thing. It's just a pitch and catch. About 4 wraps should do it. Just about just like that. Good. Okay, we're going to come around it just like that with a few loose ones. Clip that off. A couple tight ones to secure it. Okay, now I'm going to use some milk here, and I'm going to show you a couple tricks with the stacker. They can be a little bit troublesome. So we're going to grab, oh, I don't know, 15 to 20 strands of elk. Okay, we're going to pull the loose ends out, and that's what helps keep an animal warm. Get rid of those. Okay, now we're going to stick the tips down in the stacker, just like that. Give it a few taps. Notice I have Velcro here, it kind of deadens the sound. As opposed to that, maybe you can get a... Okay, now I'm going to tap that while the stacker is turned down. Then when I pull that out, I'm going to go the other way. Notice how the stacker is pointing slightly up now. That way it prevents the hair from going back down. Okay, again, that's about the length that we want right there. So I'm going to let my fingers be my guide. So the end of my fingers, that's the point where I want to start tying. So I'm not going to do anything different. I'm just going to keep them right in that position. I'm going to set them right on top, over the top of the shank of the hook. Okay, I'm going to tie them down nice and tight. Just like that. Good. One wild one, we'll get rid of that. Okay. Okay, now we're going to take the white calf tail. I don't stack this white calf tail. Some people do, I don't. So again, I'm going to get maybe, these are a lot smaller in diameter. I don't know, it's probably 30 hairs there, something like that. Doesn't really matter. We're going to pull out those smaller ones. And that's about the length that I want right there. Again, I'm going to let my fingers be the guide. So I'm going to cut right at my fingers, just like that. I'm going to set that right on top. This might be a little hard to see, just like that. Now, I'm going to wrap that forward just like that. Okay, just as a tip, and this is a good tip, you can continue to build that thread up on that, but as you can see right there, there's some white calf tail that you can see right there, okay? Rather than work, sometimes that thread will slide over that calf tail. Make that white calf tail black, okay? But now we're going to build our thread over that, but we've got that I just wanted to give you that little tip, okay? You want a nice tapered head, not a cigar shape like the books of old talk about. That doesn't look like a cigar. Okay, I'm going to wrap that around there with that whip finisher about 5 or 6 times, nice and slow. Pull that nice and tight, just like that. Cut that little tag out. Sometimes a hackle can get caught in there. If that does, just use your scissors like that. And there's the Charlie Special. So I'm hoping you like this fly, and if you like this fly, give us a thumbs up. And if you don't like this fly, I guess you can give us a thumbs down. But at any rate, we'd love to have you subscribe, and hope that you view some of our future videos. Thank you.